Welcome back, this is Zimdog. We are playing Fisher Online, and I guess one of the things I've decided is that as long as I'm still sort of actively playing this, one thing we can do for videos for this game is just like focus on some of the daily quests. So I'll try to do that here and there, and I'm also just trying to continue to want to just like look at other video ideas for Fisher Online, just showing hot spots and sort of separate from quests. But so this is the daily at the angler's house. So you have to be level 30 to be here. This is an opportunity to get another storekeeper's token, which if you don't know, the storekeeper's token is the way that you, along with silver, can increase your total amount of inventory slots. So as you go farther in the game, you could start to run out of inventory slots. And so I have been, and I will tell you, I'm going to show you what's in our keep net. You can see we've got 4 out of 5 Sabrefish. I started off fishing right here, and the first 3 Sabrefish I caught on feeder rods, just straight out there on mayfly larvae. I then tried float, because in other places, a lot of times the best way to catch saber is on float with 0 hooks, and like with fly or mayfly. So I tried that for a bit, and it didn't work. One of the issues you run into is that there's trout on this map, and they like the flies, and so it just didn't work like it normally would. I didn't feel like. Now, if you're patient and if you kind of keep playing around, you might be able to find a spot for float. I mean, I think Sabrefish kind of ideally does want to come out on float a lot of times, but one thing I'm going to try as we continue to wait. So let's look at our net, right? The most recent fish we caught was a Sabrefish on mayfly. We were catching a lot of just really small stuff because Sabrefish aren't very big, so we're using size 0 hooks. And the bite rate, just to be honest, is just not that great. But you know, we're getting there. We're getting it done. The bite rate down at that middle area, it just all happened really fast. I mean, the bite rate was really fast. It just took a long time to get lucky and get that Sabrefish. So, I know my voice sounds weird today. Nothing I can do about it, but I apologize in advance. Okay, so let's see. My other idea was, I seem to remember that occasionally you can catch Sabrefish when you're fly fishing. So I thought we would just throw a fly out there and see if that happens at all. I don't think this is a Sabrefish. This looks like a really nice something, though. Oh yeah, Vemba. We have caught a couple of nice Vembas on the mayfly. Alright, let's see if we can get anything to bite. I haven't even tried fly fishing here yet, which, because of all the trout and stuff, I mean, we're not guaranteed to catch saber, obviously, but I think it's a possibility that we could catch a Sabrefish on fly, though. And we just need one more at this point, so if we can get it done here while we're recording, we will. If we can't get it done, though, as long as you use 0 hooks and mayfly larva. Mayfly larva is just working better than flies on this map for the Sabrefish, for whatever reason. You will eventually catch your Sabrefish. I wish I could tell you, like, oh, if you do this, it will happen really quick. Hey, maybe this is the answer, by the way. That's going to complete the quest for us. And it was also a really nice one. So we are using the Reuben Fly Big on our smaller fly rod. Let's see if we can make that happen again, or if that's just so maybe based on what I've just seen, I would say have 2 feeder rods with 0 hooks and mayfly. I caught one of them up here, and I caught the other 3 on feeders sort of out in the middle there, right where you spawn. And then at the same time, use your fly setup, and you're probably gonna have to go through a few fish before you get the Sabrefish. But like I said before, I remember when I've done fly fishing before, you fairly regularly pull in a saber on fly. This actually might be a decent fish. It's not a saber, but let's see what we've hooked into here. I can't tell. Here he comes. Now we'll get him. That's a large chub. That's nice. It's very nice. Let's see if this is also a sabrefish. I think the sabrefish are a little more, like there's less stuff you're going to catch on the mayfly over here. So like the bite rate is slower, but I think you're more likely to get a sabrefish over here versus in that middle spot. There's so many other fish that will also come in on your mayfly larva. So like I think if I was darting again, I would probably start up here with the feeders and then of course just have a little fun fly fishing, and I think they'll come in relatively painlessly. So just to sum it up, sabrefish daily at the angler's house. You need 5 sabrefish, doesn't matter what size they are. I would use 0 hook size with mayflower larvae on your feeders. And then on your third rod, either try float or fly fishing. That's the approach that I think I would do. By the way, I heard that, and I don't know if this is the case, but I heard that it's also like with the silicone worm, like one of these, that you might get it on that as well. I don't really know if that's true or not, but I read that somewhere and I was like, oh, interesting. But then I started catching them, so I never got to try that. But okay, anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Hopefully this will be helpful, and I will see you next time.